agree.
But nowadays, I think as much as men have got work to do, I think women have got work to do as well. Younger women have got work to do in
100%.
terms of becoming someone's wife. And that's what I'm saying, Rebs. Like, it's many people overlook that factor, the family factor, how important they are, and, you know, how much of an important role they play in your life. You know what I'm saying? I know when people get together young, sometimes they feel like it's just me and you to the end. We don't need no one. Yeah, it don't matter who's got any disagreements about us or whatever. But they really play an important factor, and outside forces, especially family, can make or break your relationship or your marriage.
100%. For me, I would just say it's just best to get along with the family. And that's something that you kind of have to know from before you even sign that dotted line.
100%. Would you say that? Sorry, would you say that if there's a toxic relationship between you and the family, would you say that's a reason to not get married in the first place?
No, because I get along with my mother-in-law, so she's actually blessed, and you know, by God's grace, vice versa. Do you get what I mean? I know my mother.
But I'm saying in general. In general, would you say that's
it's dangerous, bro. If it don't work between the family, it's a red flag, man. Like
it's a common problem.
I've seen a lot of marriages go downhill because of unsupportive mother-in-laws and father-in-laws and stuff like that. I've seen them crumble. Do you get what I mean? I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, but it's just gonna take extra work, because I feel like all of us know here that our missus love their families a lot, no matter. Do you get what I mean? They might say to you, "Oh yeah, like me and you today." Do you get what I mean? But every other weekend they're still at mum's. Or do you get what I mean? So I feel like, I just feel like it's a big factor. Like, you have to. For me, like, just upon my own experience and reflection of marriage, it's hard for people who, if you don't get along with the family members, like you just gotta get along with their family, bro. I think it helps. Was it one
of your fears leading up to the marriage?
I don't think, no, because I think before I got married, the age I wasn't really that clued up. I just knew that it was right. I knew that it was what I wanted to do, but I kind of went in like blind. Do you get what I mean? I just knew I loved my woman, you know, and I knew that I was going to work my hardest to build toward establishing that relationship and, you know, making it. And I think an important thing that I would say that, you know, we've got our own common understanding and our own common boundaries that work for us, that we've agreed to. So like, our boundaries may be different from both you and your wife's boundaries. Do you get what I mean? But I feel like not a lot of people will understand what we've agreed to. But we've agreed to it, and it works for our marriage, and we're both happy in that.
100%.
I think you touched on a good point there, you know, because you have to think about what works for you and your partner, and not necessarily what works for everyone else. You know, it's about how well you know your partner at the end of the day. Yeah, you know, you have to know your partner to a certain extent, and I think that may be why people probably think, you know what, if that couple over there looks like it's kind of gold and it's all solid, it's not working, then what chance do I have? You know, that is a good point.
I love that, because I feel like you're touching on more right now, because naturally, before it's all good, you know, you're with a woman, she's good looking. Do you get what I mean? You know, you're fly. Do you get what I mean? But you just don't ask transparent, open questions, brother. And I think right now it's easy. It's actually easier to settle down than we think, but we just don't hit the horse on the head, bro. You know, we don't ask questions that we're unsure of, because we don't want things to go, do you get what I mean, unsmooth, or we don't want things to go a bit sour. But I just say, let it get sour and see what happens. Because
I do
if it's
hear
meant
you,
to
but
be,
I think it's, when you say easier to settle down, nowadays, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on that because, you know, I would say back in the day when we were growing up, I would say we as men had more work to do. You see what I'm saying? We knew that if you look back on things, you can probably say most of the upset and most of the troubles caused was due to maybe what we were doing or what we weren't doing.
Yeah, I agree.
But nowadays, I think as much as men have got work to do, I think women have got work to do as well. Younger women have got work to do in 100%. Terms of becoming someone's wife. You see what I'm saying? I know we focus a lot on the men and what we could do to be better, but there's another side to it as well. You see what I'm saying? There's another side that I think young women now, some of them, I should say, I'm not going to say all of them, but some of them are just not ready to take on that role. As much as they might say, I want to get married, do you know what it means to be someone's wife outside of turning up on the aisle on the day?
That's what it comes into the motivations. What are their motivations to get married? Because if we've got to do so much legwork to be prepared, have yourself already set up, be mature enough, be ready to start a family. Yeah. Well, then, what kind of things do they need to step up and do as well? And I think that's probably, a lot more of the emphasis is on the man. Like you said, Ryan, I think the emphasis is more on the guys to kind of get serious. And it's like, I don't know if women check their between their peers to say, girls, are we serious enough to be married? I don't know if they do that.
I do believe they're a bit more closed. But I think you're both right. Actions always speak louder than words. And a lot of, from what I've noticed through just people that I've come across in my life journey, there are a lot of women who they want a wedding day. They don't want a marriage.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? There's a lot of them that want, all the bells and whistles. Do you get what I mean? The shiny white horse and do you get what I mean? The long white dress and, the day that they dream of from since a kid. But really and truly, at the end of the day, if all that is just a major expense that, do you get what I mean? You scratch your head for. And it's not the marriage, which is more important. It's a wedding day. And the marriage comes with a lot of hard work. And if you don't, everyone has themselves to blame if it doesn't. Do you get what I mean? Like if a marriage doesn't work, maybe outside of cheating, a lot of the time it's because, what work were you putting into it? Do you get what I mean? Yeah. Like in general for this, it takes work to make it work, to make it flourish, to make it prosper.
Yeah.
It's the same as marriage. It's like, I look at, a relationship sometimes is like a work environment. You also have to sit down and have that one-to-one every now and again.
It's a business, bro. It might sound crazy, but it is a business. Like,
bro,
the fairy tale of marriage is, the lovey-dovey will be there forever together and look into each other's eyes every day. But the day-to-day running of the marriage and the family, it's like a business. Like you have to have regular meetings. You have to do all your due diligence you have to do it
100%
all day, every day. You have to check up on your employees, which are your kids. I'm saying,
exactly.
Make sure they do well,
and the welfare,
and everyone has to be pulling their weight some way, shape, or form.
What you cooking?